As I didn't have time to watch Blue Beetle because I worked all week and didn't have time before a little trip, so I hopped on Netflix and watched something that I wanted to watch for a really long time. And sometimes we learn about classics not from a source, but from something more contemporary.
Try to get at you. Park it like it's hot.
Oh my god! Fortnite!
Pitch Perfect introduced me to The Breakfast Club. By the way, the first Pitch Perfect was perfect indeed, but after that... Nonetheless, the bedroom scene left me wondering whether he exaggerated about the greatest movie ending just to get a girl, or was it true indeed. So after who knows how many years I finally watched it. And I can say this is one of the most heartwarming movie endings ever. Please subscribe, write in the comments which type of student you are most similar to and which one of the characters you liked the most. So, the movie is about 5 students who need to spend the whole Saturday in detention. Seemingly pretty simple, the plot is filled with subliminal messages and ideas that open up throughout the film. We meet 5 stereotypical types of students: an outcast, a prom queen, a sports player, a nerd, and a weirdo. They got here for different reasons, but they have one goal: to survive this day. They are supervised by Mr. Vernon. He is the type of a guy who, with a little power, likes to show it off and intimidate as he only can. He doesn't even try to help teenagers and at least try to understand them. Later on, he even says that he is afraid of the future because this generation is much more worth than the previous one. But always ask what you personally did to improve it. So, at first they try to introduce themselves, which leads to disputes and disagreements. The first to do something is a rebel student named Bender. He is the driving force of the group. He is the first to say something against Vernon. He is the one who, in his own manner, opens up and opens others. He from the very beginning liked Claire the princess, but only intimidated her, trying to get her attention. Well, don't get me wrong, but he got the girl in the end. His life is a rough ride. His father hates him and the atmosphere in his family is far from healthy, which only tempered his character but left terrible wounds on his psychological state. After some time he initiates a crusade to get his stash from the locker. This leads to his imprisonment in a storage room, but he manages to escape through the roof so he can get to the others. So in order to get high, he gets high. Then, while they are smoking weed, they open up about everything and find out they have more in common than they could have had thought. The brain feels the pressure that brought him almost to the brink of suicide. Prom queen Claire is trying to be the one who she is not in order to get popularity. The weirdo is being ignored at home, so she looks for at least some friends, and athlete Andrew wants to seem cool as his father. Common teenagers' problems bring them together and show who they really are, not just some petty assumptions, but real people. The day ends with all of them changed and some even physically, and we get a tear-dropping ending, which is really insanely good. It's a relatively low-budget movie, so the most important are dialogues and emotions. No action, no big stunts, no expensive CGI. The good old-fashioned movie. I like to watch old movies from time to time, they have some specific vibe. Old coloring and sound techniques make such movies have a particular look and sound. The Breakfast Club was on my movies to watch list for a long time, and I'm so glad that it didn't disappoint. A movie that you can watch during a romantic evening if you want to watch something other than fantasy TV shows. Some modern movies are too long or are building too slowly, so you unconsciously switch to web surfing, but here, as the movie is interesting and not too long, you enjoy every minute of it. I strongly recommend you to watch it. An old movie about teenagers and their lives and difficult upbringing that will give you only positive emotions. The only problem with the movie that I had is that the bad guy still gets the girl. Well, the movie is 11 out of 12. I still didn't feel the scale and that such events are really possible in reality, but the movie is a classic and worth watching. Enjoy.